Okay, so our first step at looking at trial and improvement is to prove that we've got a solution between two values. So in this question, we are given the equation x cubed plus x minus 3 is equal to 0. And the question is asking us to show that we've got a solution between 1 and 2. This means we are looking to substitute 1 and 2 into this equation to work out whether the answers are going to be too big or too small. So, big tip is that this is linked really closely to what we did recently with substituting into graphs, where our success criteria is to look at typing the expression into your calculator, replacing the x with brackets, and then substitute all the values of x given to you into those brackets. So let's look at the first one together. So we have the equation x cubed plus x minus 3 is equal to 0, and it has a solution between 1 and 2. So thinking about the success criteria, we should be starting off by typing this into our calculator and replacing the x with brackets instead. When we do that, it should look something like this. And if we look to compare what we have on the calculator to what has been given to us in the question, we can see that that x cubed there can be replaced with brackets cubed there. Our plus x there is replaced with plus brackets there, and that minus 3 stays as minus 3. Now, a good first step for these questions is to draw yourself a little table to do your workings out. So we're going to have one solid line at the top. We're going to have 2 columns then, or 3 columns, sorry, one small each side, and then we are going to fill that with the values that are given to us. So we have different values of x, and then we replace the x cubed plus x minus 3, and we're looking to compare the answers we get to 0 that is given to us. Our end column then is where we decide whether the value is too big or whether the value is too small. So we're going to start off by substituting the value of 1 into our equation. So here we have 1, and inside our brackets this time we are replacing the x values with 1. So we've got 1 cubed plus 1 minus 3, and when we type that into the calculator, you should find that you have an answer of minus 1. Now, if we compare our minus 1 that we get by substituting 1 into the equation to the 0 we're hoping to get, we'll find that our answer is in fact here too small. So 1 gives us an answer that is too small. So we're going to try this 2 next. So same process, we are going to use 2 this time. We're inside our brackets on our calculator, and in our method we have 2 cubed plus 2 minus 3. Again, we type this into our calculators and we should get an answer of 7. We compare this 7 to the 0 we're hoping to get, and we'll find that 2 gives us an answer that is too big. As soon as we get a change from too big to too small, or too small to too big, we have identified that the solution must be between those 2 values that give you that change in too small and too big. Okay, so that means we have a finishing statement that tells us what we found. So we've got x is equal to 1 is too small. We've got x is equal to 2 is too big. Okay, and that means therefore x must be between 1 and 2. Okay, if you have a go at the next example, press pause and then you can check to see how you did. Okay, so in this equation, we've got 2x cubed plus 3x minus 3 is equal to 0. And we are looking to show that the solution is between 0 and 1. Now, when you type this into your calculator, you should get something that looks like this. So we're going to compare this against our equation now. So here we've got 2x cubed. Here we've got 2 brackets cubed. I've got plus 3x there. I've got plus 3 brackets there. And minus 3 is staying on the end. Drawing our table, we're going to have a nice long line at the top. We're going to have a column that gives our x value. We're going to have a bigger column then that has got our equation, and an end column that decides whether something is too big or too small. So we've got x, we've got 2x cubed, we've got plus 3x, we've got minus 3, and we're looking to prove that this time it's equal to 0. Worth noting that it's not always going to be equal to 0, it could be any value. And our end column then, we've got a too small or a too big. So if we look at our first value of x is 0, when we pop this into our table, we have 0 as our x value. We've got 2 bracket 0 cubed plus 3 bracket 0 minus 3. And when we type that into our calculator, we get an answer of minus 3. When we compare that to the 0 we're hoping to find, we'll decide that minus 3 is too small. So that means 0 gives us a solution that is too small compared to the 0 we're hoping for. We're going to do exactly the same now with 1. So we'll have 2, 1 cubed plus 3, 1 minus 3. I'm going to type that into our calculator and we get an answer that is 2. When we compare that to the 0 we're hoping for, 1 gives us an answer that is bigger than 2. Therefore, 1 as a solution is too big. We have now got the change between a too small and a too big that we're hoping for. So we're going to have a finishing statement that says x equals 0 is too small. X equals 1 is too big. Therefore, x lies between 0 and 1. Now you could do this without a calculator, just by substituting the values in and remembering that where we have a bracket, that means we've got 2 multiplied by the value that has been cubed inside that bracket. So 0 cubed is 0, times by 2 is nothing. We've got plus 3 times 0 would give us 0 as well, leaving us with that minus 3 at the end there. Okay, have a go at the next questions now. Thank you.